Good morning. Thank you very much for that good introduction. Thank you so much. Um, I want to speak only one or two subjects. I was born in Burma. I was brought up for till the age of 40. I was in Burma serving as a Bible translator and also as pastor of Fulam Baptist Church and Hakka Baptist Church. And during my time in Burma, Chin State became more and more a Christian state. More and more become Christians. And so what I felt as unjust is that every time the church wanted to build a church building, applied for a building permit, we never got it. Since 1962, when the military took power, I have been serving for 15 years in Chin State. No church has been granted a construction permit for a church. For me, it was very hurtful that we could not get a permit to church building. Whereas a Buddhist pagoda is built everywhere, at any time, at any place they choose. So I felt very unjust thing is being done to us, just because we are more, majority are Christians. The other story is that in Burma, recently, they about 10 years ago, it's 2015, they passed a legislation, the military. It's called Religious Conversion Law or Religious Conversion Act. And this act was passed in 2015. And 1 or 3 points is that anybody who wants to convert must apply to authority for approval. And those authorities are religious leaders, mainly Buddhists, appointed in various townships in the whole Burma, including Chin State. And if anyone wants to convert from one religion to another, they have to apply to this authority. And the authority will investigate for at least 6 months and come to a decision to make sure. The investigation is to make sure that there is a genuine desire for conversion or not. And if authority find that it's not genuine, they will reject it. So it's unlikely that the Buddhist authority will approve the conversion of Christians or Buddhists from Buddhist to Christianity. It's very unlikely that they will approve it. So this law is in a sense, to prevent or to discourage any likelihood of conversion. So this law is, I would think it's unjust. To my view, this law is interference of the government into the spiritual affairs of the church. And secondly, this seems that there's no freedom in conversion either. Thirdly, it's the authority who has the last word on whether one is converted or not. So all those points to me is very disturbing. And that is acute in Chin State because we are, I would call it a Christian state. And this kind of thing is very bothering to me. And the two young ladies who said earlier talk about the destruction of the churches. And one of the churches, I think as the Par mentioned, that the military occupied the church, Sang Fen Memorial Baptist Church. That was my father, in memory of my father, who has been a pastor for 50 years. I have been a pastor for almost 60 years too. And to know that a military group occupied the church in memory of my father is personally very disturbing. Mm-hmm. And my sense is that they are turning the holy place into the unholy thing. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Turning the sacred place into a non-sacred, a common thing. And that is unacceptable for us. If I go to a Buddhist pagoda, I have to take out my shoes. You cannot stay there. Mm-hmm. You cannot cook there. You cannot live there. Mm-hmm. If I do, they will come and arrest me and put in prison. But military can occupy our churches, stay there, cook there, live there, do whatever they want. And even if they don't destroy it, they kind of turn it into something common, with nothing holiness about it anymore. Mm. But that very often I said, clean up the whole thing before you worship again. Mm. So that's what's happening in Burma. So on the whole, let me finish up in just one point. That in Burma, the law may be visible, they can read it, but there are an unwritten kind of instruction among the military. Very often they said verbally, they told us this, I think it's good evidence, that a captain, for example, they would tell him, we will promote you to a major or colonel if you become a Buddhist. And the Chin Christian would say, no, thank you. So they stay as a captain. They would also say to the military servicemen, and say, if you marry a Chin Christian girl, you will be promoted. Wow. And your salary will increase. And that kind of conversation have come to us very often, not only once or twice, constantly. So that they may not say, many people may not say that's not persecution, but what is that? Very unjust, invisible persecution, I would. That is the kind of thing that has been going on. And they raped, I know, one or two occasions, the mother has been raped in the sight of his baby, his child. A mother in Mindat town said something like, which I think is very touching. She said, tell the world what the military has done to me or to us. They poo and pee in our pot and pans. They pour diesel in our rice bags. They shot and killed our pigs and our cows without consuming them. They are not behaving like a human being. Tell the world about this. That's what the mother said from me. So being Christian in Chin State is very risky this time. Mm. And it has been going on since the military coup in 1962. And it's more and more intensified since Mid Aung Hlaing took over in February 1, 2021. And I don't know when it will end unless somebody somewhere, some leaders step in and say, this is not just, this is not right, just to be stopped. And so let me stop there. Thank you so much for listening. God bless you all.